Hi, so I wanted to briefly go over the graph editor, just kind of an introduction. It does get a little bit detailed. But, for example, we have your jump here. And you can see how it's very click, 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 click. All right, so we want to grab the control reference. You can get very specific, but just as an example to see what keys we have going on here. Grab all of these. Window, animation editors, graph editor. Now, this got very confusing because I grabbed a lot of different things here. So each keyable feature, so a controller or a joint, will have its own graph. So let me just simplify this. We'll just look at maybe the hips. We'll just do left ankle, just for the sake of time. So I can also look at specifics, just my translate X, Y, Z, rotate X, Y, and Z. Now, just by looking at this, you can see that my translate X, it looks like stair steps. This is more of a step tangent. Now, if you look up here, these are our different tangents. If you hold your mouse over them, it'll tell you what it is. So step tangents here. Auto tangents, spline, clamped, linear, etc. Most of the time you're going to want to deal in auto or spline. So what step tangents does is this is holding whatever this key is right here, which we can scroll here and see that we're on frame 5. So we're looking at this keyframe for the translate X of the left ankle. When you have a straight line, that means nothing is happening. It is stable. It is stationary. So what's happening here is this key at frame 5 is being held until frame 10 when it just jumps down to be whatever the key is at frame 10. When we have this, you can see that we are slowly progressing from key to key. We may have some different kind of hills. This is also a great thing to look at if, let's say, you're getting a weird glitch. Now, this is not the case, but let's say frame 24 and frame 25 are supposed to be the exact same. You wouldn't want this bump between the two. We'd want it to be straight across. That's when we can use some of these different splines to fix those glitches. All right, so what you can always do is select, and I'm using my rolly wheel to zoom, you can select all of them here and select whichever tangents you want. You can also go in and kind of move these around if you did want to move your keys another way. I talk about doing it in the timeline. You can do it this way. I'm just going to undo that. When you click on something, you can also adjust the angle by adjusting the time, but we can click on all of these and adjust to auto tangents. You can see now that we get handles, which you can kind of change the angle of your hill there, but we won't worry about that too much. And if I grab all of these and go into your graph editor here, and I'm just going to select all of them and go to our auto here, which kind of rounds them out. You can see it's more fluid. Now there's some repeating keys here, which kind of holds the character in place, but that's a little bit of a closer look at the graph editor. Hope that makes